Alrighty, everyone. Happy New Year's to you. I watched a lady, I don't remember her name. Let me look it up real quick so I can give her credit. The other day, I have to go to YouTube. Where's YouTube? I've lost YouTube. Her channel is called Create and Meditate. No, her channel is called, what is her channel called? Oh yeah, Create and Meditate with Jamie, Jayme, and it's at Mood Body Studio. She's an artist and a meditation teacher, and have watched a lot of her creative practices, and I just felt like doing one of them that she did the other day that I saw. I don't know if she did it the other day or if I just saw it the other day. Anyway, I'm going to take some washi tape. I'll put it down on my page. I'm going to use some gelatos she used. She calls them tempera crayons. They look similar. I don't know if they're the same. Really have no idea. But I'm going to use the gelatos because that's what I have. And then we're going to do some neurographic on top. Let's see. I want to turn this. Let's turn it. I want to make it so that the spiral isn't where my hand is. Let's turn it this way. You guys will be able to see it. It doesn't matter. It's going to be abstract anyways. So let's just get started. I'm going to just take some tape. This tape is, I don't know where it came from. Some kids' Happy Meal or something. And I'm going to just make a border to start with. This one's weird because it has a backing to it. Usually when they have a backing, they're super sticky. But whatever this tape is not. It's more like a washi tape. I'm doing this in this big sketchbook I found in my pile of sketchbooks. Adela Rowney, you can't read that. Adela Rowney Simply Sketch. It says soft white as the color. It is definitely not white. It has definitely got a yellowish tint to it. It's not a mixed media book, so it's might not take this media very well, but you know what? It is what it is. But I want to make a border so that I might use up all of this tape, which is okay. That's the point of it. To use it. If you don't use your art supplies, what are you doing with them? Don't hoard art supplies. Just use them. Enjoy them. Have fun with your supplies. That feels like I pulled it too tight. And it's curling. So let's loosen that one. And why did I decide to do this on New Year's Day? Because I wanted to do something that was fun and creative, but not a pattern today. I'm just not feeling like doing a pattern. And that's okay. You don't always have to do a pattern. Yes, my channel is largely pattern-based, but you know what? We can do other stuff. We can enjoy ourselves in different ways. Now I'm going to make like triangle shapes. This might pull up the paper. I don't know. I didn't test it very well before I started. I should have, but I didn't. Let's do one big long one. Go this way. Because this art piece is just going to stay in this sketchbook, it's not going anywhere. It's just a place to have fun. Sometimes, you know, people take their sketchbooks too seriously. A sketchbook is a place to just experiment with lines and texture and color. Oops, I didn't get that all the way into the corner. I want an actual triangle. Let's see what this will do to my paper when I pull it up. Oh, it's not bad. Okay, it's not sticking too much. A little bit. It stuck a little bit, but not too bad. Okay, that's better. There's a corner there, there's a corner there. What was I saying? Sketchbooks. Yeah, play in your sketchbooks. Don't make them so precious that you won't play, you know? Play is important. Play is how... I don't know why we've lost the sense of play in as grown-ups. But it's how we heal. Play is how we heal. And if you don't play, you've lost something. It's very important. Oop, where'd the end of this thing go? Oh, see, it was a Chick-fil-A. It was a Chick-fil-A. Some sort of game. You're supposed to make mazes on the table, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, play is very important. To our psychological well-being. And so your physical well-being is one thing. Psychological well-being is another thing altogether. You really need both. Oops. That went smaller than I had anticipated. All right, we're making a small one. Oh, that didn't, well, I can, no. I want it to go all the way. I don't want this little chunk here. And you guys know that the pattern-based drawing is what brings me joy and what gives me that psychological well-being. But sometimes I need something else. And this is going to do that for me. Give me something else to do. All right, that looks like a good number of... No, I want one more. I want one more right here. Why? I don't know. I just do. One like that. All right, now I have shapes. I've got shapes. What I'm going to do now is put the gelato down. I don't even know if this is going to work. Maybe I should test it on another piece of paper before I get too carried away. Here's a scrap. Let's test a gelato. I know the gelato works, but I don't know if what I want to do over it will work. Just blend that out. Now, will these pens go on top of the gelato? Because they're a waxy, so I don't know. Yes, that will. Okay, just making sure that that will go on top. Perfect. So since I have this one out, let's just start with this one. going to use these, smear them around to kind of fill in the space like that. And I'm just going to use a variety of colors. Let me just dump them all out. I don't have a lot of them, but I have a few. Looks like I have a lot of, oh, that's Trish. A lot of warm colors. This is the one I just did, right? I think so. I don't know. We'll just do colors. And let's set an intention for this year. I don't like doing New Year's resolutions. I've said that before. But I am going to set an intention for this year and make a better plan. You guys know that I had put a Buy Me a Coffee page, and that money is going toward research and development, researching into how to create a coloring book. But I've done a piss poor job of actually creating the coloring book. I started a few pages and I just didn't do a very good job. I just kind of left it. And I feel really poor about that I just kind of dropped the ball. So in order to make myself accountable to you guys, because sometimes I need that. That's something I know I need, is I need something that makes me accountable. For example, I've become a deacon at my church, and the deadlines of making a report once a month on how the people in my flock are doing. We divide the church up into flocks, like shepherds and sheep. You know that you get the reference, right? Once a month we give a report on how our flock is doing. Do they have needs that can be met by the committee, by the deacons? Do they have prayer requests? That's the big one, is prayer requests. And because I have to make that report once a month, and it's a particular day of the month, I'm held accountable to check in with my people at least once a month. Quite often, depending on the people, I check in more frequently than that, but at least once a month. And I didn't do that with you guys with this coloring book. I did not ask you guys to hold me accountable. And so I've kind of done nothing. And like I said, I feel really, really bad that I've kind of done nothing. Ooh, that one's much softer than the others. And so what I want to do is, instead of saying, oh, well, I'll just do this off camera, is at least once a week, I want to draw a page that will end up in a coloring book at some point. I'm not promising this year. Could be that I do one a week, and by the end of by the end of the year, I'll have 52 pages. That should be sufficient for a coloring book. And well, that was really bright. And then the following year, actually scan everything and prepare it and get it to some sort of publisher, or print it myself, however I decide to do it. But at least I will have the content. Right now I have no content to even give you guys, which sucks. Did I do this one? I haven't done this one yet. So that's my goal for this year. That's my intent. My intention is for you guys to hold me accountable. Like, I feel bad that we stopped doing the texture tags on Tuesday, but I was following Jerry and she stopped, so I stopped. And that's okay, you know. But I want to have at least one day a week where I create a page. And the thing is when I create these pages for the coloring book, they're going to have to be more simple. Like, okay, let me reach over here. Like, this is one of the last ones I did. That's beautiful. But this is too finished. You guys can't color this in. Now, if I had made this design and just made the lines before doing any shading, before doing any kind of coloring, then you guys could color it in, right? And if I make them even more simple, like just the base of, like, let's say I do something like this and don't do the coloring. Those simple shapes, you can then put patterns in here. You can color, but you could also continue on with the pattern. And that's my plan, is to have pages like that so that they're like step 1 or step 2 of a multi-step pattern process, and you guys get to finish the rest. And I think that would, why don't I have any blues? I don't have any blues. I have a green. Well, I have this kind of a blue. I got that green. I've got this gold. Do I want to use the gold? I've forgotten what I've used already. Did I use this one? I don't think so. That's 4. That's what I need. I need 4. Okay, let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So that's my goal, is to make these simple, but they're going to be big, because what I want to do is want to make them on the biggest, a page like this, a full sketchbook page. I think I'm going to do it on the Fabriano white paper that I bought from Cinnamon, because it's super white, and so when I scan it for making it digital, it will make a nice scan, because the background will be pure white, white. And that'll make it easier to, like, tell the software to remove the background, so that I think it's called PNG. That's what it's called. But anyway, so it's got a no background, if that makes sense. So that it's transparent. That's what I was looking for. To make a transparent background. Because that would be best for uploading to whatever printer or publisher I choose to go with. My guess is that I'm going to end up at Amazon. Just because that makes it easier for you guys. And then perhaps I will investigate how much it costs to print at home and to buy paper. And then if you guys want a higher quality book, it would be way more expensive. Like, it'll have to be double at least the price of whatever it would be on Amazon. But and then have it shipped to you. I could do that. But that would require a few things. First off, it would be like a made-to-order kind of a thing. I'll print it as I get an order in. And you'd have to wait for it to print, wait for me to bind it, wait for me to package it and ship it. So, you know, I'd need at least a week lead time. You wouldn't get it automatically. And then I'm also thinking of maybe making digital downloads, which would then be, of course, cheaper than what you get it on Amazon, because you wouldn't have a physical copy. So I'm thinking of all those things as an option. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of that as. I mean, I know you guys are supportive and you think it's great that a coloring book might be coming because you said that before. But I really want you guys to be holding me accountable. And even if this is a long-term project and it takes more than a year, I still want you guys to hold me accountable, and it will eventually happen. Like I said, I'm still working full-time, so this has to be done in off hours. And I have a hard time drawing after dark. It's just too dark for me. My eyes can't process drawing in the dark. Kind of like driving in the dark. I'm getting too old for that. I like this green, and it's smearing nicely. It's filling in all that texture of the paper. Okay. Why is my battery dead? Why? My battery is blinking at me. I just switched this battery. Gosh, ding darn it. All right, well, this is a good stopping spot. I'll stop right here, switch out the battery, and then I'll be back to do the next step. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to take off the tapes in the middle here and then move on with the next step. I need to take off the ones that are on top first. When I saw Jamie do these, she was talking about a career life path change in her life. And that's kind of what this is about too. It's this next year, there's going to be quite a bit of changes in my life. Mid-2026, I expect to be retiring from my full-time job. So we'll see what that looks like and how that changes the direction of my channel and the ability to do these things that I want to do. My finger is all gross. I wonder if I can... Yeah, that's all right. Doesn't this set have a black? It doesn't. Huh. Okay. I'm using these acrylic markers. I don't remember where I got them from. I think Hobby Lobby, but I'm not sure. I'm just dropping all my gelatos back in to the jar that they live in. So then she just did some neurographic art. But yeah, Jamie was talking about her career and her life path and how she is now a full-time art meditation counselor and left her corporate job. Oh, this is going to cause issues, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. That's not going to work the way I want it to work. What kind of pen can I use that I want to use then? Let's go over here and look at what we have in the way of Poscas. Let's see if my dark blue Posca will work. I have no idea what happened to my black Poscas. They seem to be missing. I don't know. Let's see if this works, if it doesn't goosh out and leak everywhere. Seems really dry. Come on. Right, you silly thing. Nope. I mean, it's coming out, but it's not, unless I make a great big puddle, it's not drawing well. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. Unhappy with that. Oh, there's my black marker. Let's see what this will do. Am I just chaos today? I appear to be. I find that a lot of my art supplies dry up out here. I don't use them often enough, which is sad. Come on, that's not going to work either. Farkle Markle. Farkle Markle. Oh, there's this one. Well, let's see what happens with this one. Is this going to cause the same kind of problem? Maybe. I think it's the gelatos that's causing. Yeah, it's just like drying out the pen. And then it doesn't work. That's not working. What can I use that will work on here and not cause an issue? I don't know. Do I want to just use a paintbrush? A Sharpie? Do I have any Sharpies out here? That's pink. I don't want a pink. What's this gonna do? How much ink has this got in it? Well, let's try Sharpie. Shall we? Oh, Sharpie might work. Maybe. Nope, it's doing the same thing. It's drying up as soon as it gets a little bit of clog from that I'm going to have to go with actual paint, I think. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We're experimenting together. See, this is part of experimentation. Let's get some black paint. Don't need this puddle anymore. Throw that away. Where's... Oh, good gracious. I have lost everything. I need to clean up the studio. I need a long, thin brush. Maybe this one. Some paint. And some water. Let's put some water in the brush cleaning tub. You guys are not seeing anything. Isn't this exciting, riveting content? See, this is why I don't have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, because I don't edit. And so people give up on me before they get to the end of the video, which is fine. Okay, let's do that. We're gonna just use real paint. Oh, shake it. Look how old this paint is. This is very old. I don't know, at least 10 years. Okay, little goopy, but it'll do. Lots of water. Liner brush. Oh, much better. Okay, we're just gonna do liner brush with acrylics, because that's working. I'm just going to go over all these lines so they're all the same color. And then we'll neurographic them. So maybe it was a good thing that my battery ran out, because this is going to be a really long video. But that's okay. We're starting the new year together. We're friends here, right? We're just living our best life, enjoying creating together. I hope you grab something. It doesn't have to be doing what I'm doing, but I hope you grabbed something and are creating with me. I like to think that you guys do, but maybe you don't. Maybe you just watch. I also do that with a lot of other creators that are artists. Sometimes I create alongside. Sometimes I just get inspiration. Sometimes I just watch, just to watch. And I'm not inspired or anything. I just watch. But anyway, what was I saying? I was saying that, yeah, 2026 is going to be a time of change for me. And that's okay. You know, life has its ebbs and flows and changes, and sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not so good. But they're always happening. And I'm embracing this time of change. I'm a little nervous because I do have that retirement fear, that even though we have retirement funds saved up, you know, I've been saving for 40 years, right? And I've been saving for this moment of retirement for 40 years. But the idea of spending the savings scares me. Do you guys have that? Have you encountered that as people who have, I know that I've got people watching who have already retired or are nearing retirement age. And do you have that same fear that you're now spending that money? I'm just wondering if that, and how do you come to grips with spending the money? I think the biggest fear is, I don't know how long I'm going to live. That's always everybody's fear, right? You don't know how long you're going to live. And after my brother-in-law passed away at such a young age, suddenly from a heart attack, 5 years ago. He was 10 years younger than my husband. And some of the things we've talked about together as a couple is, let's not wait until someday. Let's just do the things we want to do now and not wait until someday, because someday may not come. I just stuck my hand in the paint because I forgot I'm doing paint and not mark. Oh, fudge puppies. Let's make a line there. There's going to be a line right here. Ha ha ha. See? No one will ever know but you, me, and the doorpost. I was working so good on not putting my hand in the paint over here that I forgot that my arm was in it. Anyways, what I was saying is you never know, you never know how much time you have, and let's not do something because we're afraid. Well, what if we don't have enough money when we get really old? What if we get sick and we need that money? At some point I've got to just trust God that He's got my back. He's going to keep me safe. And when it's my time to go, it's my time to go. But meanwhile, I'm going to enjoy the life He's given me and not sit around worrying about when it's going to be my time. Can't do that. I can't spend my life in fear. And so I'm trying to embrace the changes that are going to be coming in the coming year, and not dwell on the things that I have no control over. So, my intention for this year is to do the fun stuff. To do the things I've always wanted to do. And to just figure it out as we go. And there's a lot of things I don't have any idea. I don't know how to format artwork for a book. I will have to figure it out. I am not really good with the digital stuff. I can do digital stuff, but I'm not I don't feel competent. But at the same time, I know there are resources out there. and I can take a class or hire somebody. There are possibilities. I don't have to do this all on my own. If I actually make a profit, what does that do to my taxes? You know what? I don't have to figure it out on my own. I can rely on the resources of people that I know. There's a lawyer at our church that I could hire for estate planning and business, stuff. There's a person at my church and a good friend who is a tax professional, and she's learning more about it to become have her own business. So, she knows what she's talking about. I trust her. Just business questions. I have a lot of business questions because I've always been an employee. I've never been, I've never been self-employed as like that. But my husband has. So, we've done this before. It's not like it's completely new to us. I don't know why I'm freaking out so much. So, we can do this, guys. We can do this. We can enjoy ourselves. We can have fun. Neurographic art makes you slow down and makes you stop and think. This is a good way to think. Other arts are a good way to just let your mind go and not think. But for me, the neurographic art really makes me contemplate and think. And then my mind wanders. My mind wanders, and then I'm surprised I've talked as much as I have. Usually I get really quiet when I'm doing neurographic art. But maybe that's because I wanted to make sure that you guys keep me accountable. If it seems like I'm not doing anything toward the coloring book, ask me. What's going on with the coloring book? Where are you at? How are things going? How many pages have you completed? I want you guys to hold me accountable. I really do. And I hope that you come along on this journey with me and that you're excited. I know a lot of artists will put a lot of work into their books behind the scenes and then launch it, and everything's like kind of a secret until it comes out. I don't want to do that. I want to be more transparent, and I don't know why I want to be more transparent. I mean, I could be like everybody else and just, by the way, here's my new book and I'm so excited and yada, yada, yada. But I don't know. It just feels, I feel like my channel has always been about the journey and not the final result. That's why we learn patterns together. That's why I don't practice. It's why, like, you get what you get. You see what you see. I don't edit out the stuff that's boring. Because I know some of my stuff is boring. I know there are parts of it that Like when I was gathering up my supplies and all you were looking at was a piece of paper that had not much going on. But that's how life as an artist is. And I don't want to sugarcoat it. I don't want people to think, oh, well, she sits down and in 20 minutes or an hour, she's got this beautiful finished artwork, and there's never a problem. Especially for if you cut it down to like a 10-minute or a 2-minute shorts or something. Could I make shorts? Yeah, I could. But I don't, because I just feel like if it's something that you want to do, you need to know the work that it takes to do it. I feel like sometimes that people don't value art and artists and the artistic process because they don't see the work. They just see the final result, but they don't see how long it takes. I mean, the insult I have seen people who do knitting and crocheting, for example, and then somebody wants this piece of art for like $10. Well, I wouldn't pay more than $10 for that. Okay, fine. Go find some slave labor piece that's been made in a factory in some other country and pay a cheap amount of money for it, $20, $30. But if somebody has put their heart and soul into something and it's taken them 50 hours, 100 hours, how much money should they make? Should they do it for free? I mean, you expect them to not even make their money back on supplies. I don't get it. That's why when I go to art and craft shows, it drives me crazy. Yes, I know that there are things that are out of my budget, and I think they're absolutely beautiful, but I can't buy them because they're out of my budget. And that's okay, Everybody's budget is different. But I don't expect the artist to not make money just because I can't afford it. You know what I mean? I just hope that they find a client who can and who has the budget for it. And I think that's awesome. It's going to be the same thing with this coloring book, I think. I'm going to have to very carefully consider pricing, how many hours it took to not only draw the drawings, but scan them in, clean them up. Although I'm not sure I'm going to do a whole lot of cleaning up unless the scan is weird and it removes a line that should be there. But, my art's going to be my art. And if I have a wonky line, I'm not going to fix it in like Photoshop or something because it's a wonky line. My wonky lines are my wonky lines. That's how they are. But there's the cost of the time it takes for me to draw the drawings and then scan them into the computer and then figure out the software to create it as a book. All of that takes time, and that time is valuable, and it should be compensated. But then I have to figure out, well, let's say that time I should get paid, I don't know, $2,000 for that time that it takes to create the book itself. then I have to figure out, well, how many people do you think that will actually purchase the book? Like actually purchase it, not say they're going to purchase it, not say, oh, this is awesome, not say, oh, can I have one for free, but actually will purchase the book. How many people will do that? And then divide that by the $2,000 that I want to be compensated just for. That doesn't include like making money. That's just what it costs, right? That's just the costs associated. And then say, okay, if I think this number of people will buy the book, then how many people, how much should each person pay for their portion of that book? And that's how I would have to price it, I think I like the idea of the paint. Let me grab some colors. Hang on a second. I'm going to grab some colors. Is this the longest video ever? Probably. I'm going to grab some colors that I think will go with. Let's do that. Oh! Let's do this. Let's do a darker purple, a kind of a greenish blue that's darker, a green teal kind of a color. This one. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's get a peachy pink. I got a peachy pink in here? Have I got a peachy pink? It's a metallic. I don't want metallic. No. Maybe this color? All right, let's try some of these colors. And I'm going to put a little bit of like shading. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens because, we're just playing today. And we feel like having more play. Making like a shadow, I think. That is not what I wanted to do. Dawn. What are you doing? That black is not tape. Okay. We are, yeah, that's not tape. Dawn, what are you doing? Okay, back to the black. Let's fix that. At least it's fixable. Okay. Something like that. Yeah, I should have done the shading on the triangles before I did the black. But did I do that? No, I did not. Are we still going to go for it? I think so. We're just going to be a little more careful. I need to move these up here because they're by my elbow. Why am I doing this? I really don't know. Just felt like it. Felt like it needed some dimension. Is this gelato melting with the water? Do I just need the water without any paint? I don't know how these things work, so I don't know. Are they water-based? Oh, maybe. A little bit. Huh. Okay. Learn something new every day. Am I doing this for all of them? I don't think so. Let's do this color. Blob of yellow. Is it the same color or is it a little bit different? It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different, but not a lot. That one maybe needs a little other color in it. I'll put a little purple in it. There we go. Now you can see it. Okay, there we go. Is that doing anything for you guys? I don't know if that is. Oh, shake, don't forget to shake. Shake, shake, shake. Something like that. Okay. A green one. And then I think I'm done. I don't think I'm going to do all of them. That green is very blue. Let me put a little yellow in it. That's better. I am being more careful not to get it all over the black. What I was thinking before, I don't know. Get really wet. Kind of blend that out. And just when I said I was being more careful not getting it all over the black, I get it all over the black. Definitely, if you want to do this technique and have shaded triangles, shade them before you put the black on top. A little bit of black touch up. There. Right there. Okay. All right. I think that will do. I've been yammering for far too long. Oh gosh. Yeah, this is like a 2-hour video. Let's take off the tape and make a satisfying reveal here. Which one is on the top? This one. And then this one. Oop. Come on. And then this one. I'm glad it's not ripping my paper. Happy about that. And then, come on. Why is that one stuck down so good? Don't know. Ha-ha. Okay. So this is a neurographic mixed media piece. I know I wasn't very up close most of the time, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be. Something like that. Happy New Year's, guys. And hopefully we can, I can do, like I said I'm going to do, New Year's neurographic piece. Put that in my calendar so I know what I did on the 1st. And yeah, I will see you guys on the next video, which will be next week. This is going to be Friday the 2nd. I don't know why I thought I was going to be on the 1st. The 1st is a Thursday. It's not going to be on the Thursday. It's going to be on a Friday. It's always on a Friday. Next week we will start Monday the 5th, and we're going to make sure that at least one video that week has a coloring page in it. All right, you guys have a blessed day. I need to go clean my hands. I've got gelato and paint and everything all over it. I'll be back, do the next video. Hopefully my batteries will be all charged up, and I will see you on the next video. You guys go out and have a nice day. Have a blessed day. Go out and do something nice for someone today. Make the world a better place, one person at a time, and I'll see you later. Bye.